What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to the Fckry with Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus. I'm Lenny Marcus.
And I'm Lenny Marcus.
No, you are...
Leslie Jones.
That's it. I knew it was 1 out of 2. And this is the podcast where the mission is to keep it 100 at all times. We talk about the fuckery going on in the world and in our lives, all while having a whole lot of fun doing it. Today is part 2 of our conversation with sports and cultural icon Mike Tyson. If you love part 1, you're really going to love part 2. We talk about Mike Tyson's infamous 1990 fight with Buster Douglas and what he learned from that upsetting loss. We also got personal with Mike, sharing us how he instills confidence in his own kids today. Plus, find out what Mike wants to pursue in his next life with such an illustrious career. Also, Leslie, we're going on tour. Yes. Come check us out in a city near you. Leslie, what's your favorite thing about going on the road?
Well, I always like the different audiences, and then and the different food in the town. So, like, both of them.
That's true.
Yeah, I always like to see, like, do y'all have steak? Do y'all have, what y'all got? I like that type of, and then a different type of audiences, like, because when you go outside of New York or LA, the audiences are so fun and they're ready to laugh. So, yeah.
Leslie, dicks and food or both. What y'all got?
That's right. That's true. And I do check out the dick meters and wherever I go, especially if it's somewhere new. I'll be like, how's the dick out here?
She is looking very much looking forward to Michigan.
You know how you put your finger up and go?
Yep. Test the weather. Mm-hmm.
Test the dick.
That's you. Mm-hmm. Can't wait to see you guys. Get your tickets now. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, part 2 of our conversation with the one and only Mike Tyson. Stick around. Let me ask you something else. This has always driven me crazy. Who the fuck wants to be your sparring partner back then? I mean, who did you find? How did you? There's not enough money, is there?
Who?
The contenders and the top 10 contenders.
They would come and spar with you.
Well, we paid them more than anybody ever paid.
Yeah, because, goddamn. Was you going through your sparring people like you would go through the box, like knocking them out?
Yeah, they can get $10,000, $12,000 a week.
Holy fuck. No, I'm just like, hey, I just need just one session, sir.
But listen, this is the game. Lenny.
Yeah.
Let me explain the psychological game of boxing, right?
I would love it.
I got sparring partners, right?
Yep. Crying.
In the gym.
Yep.
In the gym.
Yep.
That's him kicking my ass. Beating my ass in the gym.
Okay.
But you get him in the fighting arena, some light, some popcorn, he won't throw a punch.
Wow. So
because it's just like him, like we meet people that are so hilarious, and you put them on the stage, the motherfuckers would just freeze up.
Just eat some popcorn, some light, some audience, they just die.
And
Same thing.
They never got over it.
Effect.
Wow.
It's a human effect.
Dude, that is crazy.
I didn't think it would happen to
I'm so mad I have to fight him like you fight me in the gym. Come on.
Right.
But you're just going to get killed. You would think in one sport that wouldn't happen would be boxing because it's like fight or flight. You're about to get killed if you don't throw back,
Well, listen, the fact that they're in front of all those people freezes. I don't understand. It makes them freeze. It makes me fight more, but it makes people freeze.
Yeah, that's how I am. If I see a big crowd, I get more hyped.
That's our ego.
I get hyped.
Yeah.
I get hyped like a motherfucker, but some people be like...
Listen, they always talk about the ego's bad. The ego ain't nothing. The ego's enemy. They got somebody teaching the ego in Japan because these people have such low self-esteem like that. They're teaching people the ego in Japan.
Exactly, because people don't
follow
understand.
Your ego.
Ego is
ego's not bad to me no more.
It's just like a talent. It can go bad or good. Ego's the same way. You can go bad or good. Ego is good when you're using it in the forces of good.
Yes, that's hard to do though.
It's very hard to do.
That ego's tell you, hey, I got you this far. Now you're gonna listen to these people tell you to kick the ego away after I got you this far.
Exactly.
It talks to you. You know that? The ego said the same thing to me.
Yep.
Oh, now you don't want me no more after these people will tell you to fuck the ego after I got you back to your championship, right? That's what it says to me. I got you back to your champion. You gonna believe these motherfuckers now, Mike?
Oh, wow.
And I say, you're right. But it's bullshit because he's doing it for his own best. But he's right.
Damn.
He's right.
What happened?
Mike Heavy.
Yeah, Mike Heavy. I got a couple more heavy questions, but now that you led me to this one, what happened with Buster Douglas? That he just got you at the right time, or did he just have this confidence spurt in one day And then he reverted after you. He reverted back to this little wallflower. What happened to that? What mentality happened to that guy?
I'm just gonna keep it real. He fought the best fight of his life. He has fought the best fight of his life.
Yep.
But
you caught him.
You can only do that one time. You can only do that one time. I could do that 25. I could do it 50 times.
Exactly.
It happens.
Right?
Yep.
You look, you can only win the Oscar once. I could win it 10 times.
Right.
That's right.
You know, that was just his day.
That was his
That was just his day.
He
had one great fight. I had 50 great fights.
And you still caught him. It's very possible he could have lost that one too.
Yeah, they got me a little bit, but I know how to take losses.
But look, that's the difference between a champion and a faker.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I think you said.
He came in the best shape of his life when he fought me. His next fight, he was like 50 pounds overweight.
Yeah, and it's just like, why do that?
He
couldn't live up to
fame.
To ego.
Yeah.
And I used to fame.
Listening to the ego.
Yeah.
In
He
the
came
wrong
back
way.
Like,
he couldn't even handle being champion. It was too much for him. It was too overpowering for him.
And you know what? Oh my God, Mike, that is so. Because when I see TikTokers, when TikTokers be here, it's like, so how do you like? You're not famous. You're just TikTok famous. This shit ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna have to take a break because I'm just mentally sit. You couldn't handle like a shoot.
But listen, that behavior gives doctors a job. He got mental illness. He got a rare effect of an illness that's so sophisticated we don't have a name for it right now. And I'm gonna write you a check for that because you have that and I can fix it for you.
There it is.
let me ask you something else.
And you won't go to jail for killing your mother either, because I'm going to tell them how abused you were for so many years and you can never get it back together. And your mother was just nagging you and she beat you and she put hot iron on you before, right? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I'm going to get you out so you can kill your grandmother now.
Let me ask you something, Mike. Obviously, you've been through a lot of therapy at this point, and Leslie's always talking about.
I've been to psych wards. You ever been there, Les?
No, but I always said I wanted to go, but I'm so like sanitary. I would lose my shit because I don't like nasty stuff. I don't like.
They come around. They come with the glass, the water, and the fucking pills.
And you be like, you just be high all day.
Oh, nigga, you can't move it, so you can see everything. You can't move.
Fuck. Nah, but see, I believe.
Thorazine. They hit me with Thorazine now, but now they got the Prozac and that other stuff. But they said,
what does that shit feel like? Prozac.
Even know, I don't remember.
See, that shit have you fucking out there.
Oh man, I wasn't. Oh Lord.
But you do believe in therapy for men, though.
Absolutely, I believe in therapy for everybody. Everybody have issues. Everybody kill people. Everybody rob from people. Everybody love people. Everybody hate people. But what kind of perspective can we put it in? You know, we have all those characteristics. How do we work it out where they're not offensive anymore? But
see, this is what I always tell. Like women, we'll go to. What would you say to men? That's the same thing I asked Charlamagne. Is what would you say to men to encourage them to go to therapy?
Well, listen. Either you want to be happy or you want to be right with your family. You make that decision, and if you make the right decision, you're going to see that therapist. We know we need to go see somebody. I know I need to have people, what do you call, like supporters, you know? I need those people in my life, you know, people from anti-drugs, anti-sex acts, all that stuff. I need them in my life. Without them in my life, I'm dead. And so I realized that. I didn't know that before, but now I understand that.
Mike.
You have to get your tribe.
Let me ask you this. If Custom Model lives another 10 years, right? How is your life different?
I've been champion longer. I'd have probably been married earlier. He believed in all that stuff, married young, having families and all that stuff. He didn't believe in running around and all that stuff.
Really?
That's old school, though. You make money, you have a job, you get a family, and you live happily ever after.
Do you think you would have been happier?
I don't know what I would have been back then. Probably not, but I was willing to give up my happiness to accomplish my goals.
Interesting. All right, I have one more deep question for you. So, you've talked before. I've watched a lot of tape. Through boxing, you found a purpose and a confidence and this ego. How do you install these things in your kids Or is there confidence like my daddy's Mike Tyson? You know what I mean? Like you've been through hell and they realize you've told them all the stories and they don't want to, live through that hell. How do you instill the confidence in them that you didn't have?
I let them fail. I let them fail.
Leslie talks about this all the time.
All the time.
I let them fail. They don't like failing, and we discuss failing.
Interesting.
And we discuss that failing is just the antidote for success.
What do I say all the time? You will not recognize success until you fail.
Correct.
Oh, listen, you can't listen. You can't be That's interesting. That you can't have knowledge without first being the fool.
Mm-hmm.
Have to be a fool. If you're looking for knowledge, you have to be a fool first.
Mm-hmm.
If you're afraid to be a fool, you're never going to receive any knowledge.
It's fucking true.
You gotta be afraid to be. You can't be afraid to be embarrassed. Can't be afraid to be humiliated.
Do you think that, like Leslie and I think that possibly these kids today, they don't get that instilled in them. They won't let them fail, or they don't accept it. Like, it's okay. They're too, they don't fall hard enough.
They get participation.
It's so easy
awards
for them to kill themselves too.
Yeah.
And hurt themselves.
No, true.
Just to get a night out, or just to go to a club, or can't go to the Bakers Union or something. Just can't handle discipline.
Well, can't handle rejection is the thing that I find is that, like, you learn rejection first in your house. You know what I'm saying? You learn no in your house first.
Well, listen, I got my ass kicked a lot. If I ever talk back to my mother beat my ass and a boyfriend beat my ass, I was in check. As a kid, I was in check. That's why I ran in the streets. I was in the streets young, like 11 years old. I just ran away. The cops would catch me, bring me back home. My mother would beat my ass right in front of the cops. Just beat my ass. And they would do it on purpose. They would not lock me up. They'd bring me to my mother.
Well, that's, back in the day, you used to be more scared of your parents than police.
Yeah.
I would be like, call the fucking police.
Exactly. That's why I was locked up most of the time.
Do not call my fucking dad,
Leslie,
man.
that's why I was locked up. I don't want to go home.
Man, do not call my daddy,
There's
man.
no food home. You
Man,
go to the institution,
dude.
they got food, they got cookies and milk.
No, we were good on that, but like the gangsters was scared of my dad. My dad was a sharpshooter, and I just remember this gangster. He came out, they was having this party and shit, and there was this gangster pissing in his bush, and he wouldn't got his fucking gun, and he was like, I'm gonna hit at least 5 of you motherfuckers before y'all even get up here. So like it was just like
Where your father from, the country somewhere?
Yeah, my dad's from Arkansas.
My father's from North Carolina, right? And he was telling me this story. He's in the bar and he's talking to this girl, and some guy came in and punched him off the bar and hit him. This nigga goes all the way back to North Carolina to get his gun. You know how easy to get the gun in Brooklyn, New York? He goes to North Carolina on a bus and come back with his rifle to shoot this nigga. He found the guy. The guy's back in the restaurant that he smacked him in, and he shot him. I guess
What?
He's
like, I just need this rifle. I need this rifle.
Why do you have to shoot him with that rifle? Because the rifle that he hunts rabbits with. He hunts rabbits with this rifle.
That's the rifle he needed to do his business with, damn it.
Right, no, you understand what I'm saying, Len. Why? You in Brooklyn, you can get a gun around the corner.
God, that's some funny shit. That's some country shit right there. You know, that's some
country ass people.
That's some country shit. Yeah.
Country people. My family's from country.
Yeah, my dad too. My dad did not play that shit. That's why I was just like, this is what I always tell people. I feel like their generation went through it. Their generation before that went through it. As far as getting raised and discipline and stuff. And I really feel like what happened was our parents was like, okay, I'm gonna discipline my kids because this is what I was disciplined.
You know what? No,
and then we were like, oh, that's not cool. I'm not going to discipline my kid like that. And then it just washed out and it just got thinner and
earlier,
thinner.
like when we were younger, they beat our ass because they didn't want nobody else to beat our ass.
True that.
And that's how it started in slavery. They beat their ass.
You know what? That's kind of true because my mom would be like, you're not going to act this way in front of other people. So let me make sure. My mom man. And when I be telling him about shit he be like, wow, so your parents beat? No, they didn't beat me. They whooped my ass. Like there's a difference between being beat.
Listen, God forbid if I went like this.
Well, I always went like that. No, you know what I always do?
Fighting back.
No, you know what I always do?
Fighting back, Lynn. No, I'm not fighting back.
You know what I did one time? I grabbed a belt once. And it was like trying to tug a war with my mom, and my mom was like, "Oh, Okay.
You want to fight back?
You can have that belt. And she dropped the belt and started fucking me up. She was like, I don't need no fucking belt to fuck you up. Like,
don't grab the weapon.
Don't grab the goddamn belt.
Take that lick.
Take
don't
that lick
grab
and
that
fucking keep it
don't
moving.
Put your hands up. Let them hit you in the head with it all over.
Man.
You put your hands up. Oh,
man,
fuck.
we used to get like. That's why I was just like, I don't know if I believe in hardcore whipping
I couldn't
like
beat
that.
my kids like that.
I don't think that they
never beat my
could. These
kids
kids could never take that. They would go straight to school and tell on everybody.
Oh,
my
we all
mom
be
is fucking beating the
locked
shit. We would be locked the fuck up. So what I would say about that is that a bitch know boundaries. A bitch know right from wrong. A bitch has morals.
Listen, right now, somebody screaming, getting their ass beat by the parents. Somebody outside hear that scream, go tell the cop. They just be laughing at my ass downstairs.
What?
Those
Oh
guys
my
just
God,
be laughing.
yes.
They hear me through the
Are
window.
you kidding?
They laughing at my ass.
because you know you needed that ass whooping.
Today they would call the cops. Right there, they were all laughing downstairs. The
Man,
grown
you
people.
didn't. Well, first of all, you didn't call the cops back then on your parents, or you was gonna really.
They do that now.
Oh my God!
Cop City, baby.
I remember my mom used to be like, "Please call them. I'm gonna wait for them outside, smoking my cigarette.
but cops don't
first, I'm
come
gonna
back
fuck
then.
you up. I'm gonna fuck you up first, because you know they gotta get here, and they gotta get into the house, and that means they gotta come through me. So I'm gonna fuck you up now. So you go ahead and call them, so I can have my cigarette." And that was the coldest shit. My mom used to be cold blooded with that shit.
I would think,
my God.
Mike, disciplining your kids, you just say, watch this tape of me with Marvis Frazier.
Listen, if you hear what my kids call me, man.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always like that though, isn't it, Mike?
Anybody else kid will listen to me but mine.
Oh my God, Mike, but isn't it just always like that though?
Sometimes you're talking to my kid and like I said, he's 12 years old, he said, "You're illiterate, Dad." What is that? He's 12 years old, he said, "You're illiterate, Dad." He said, "Dad." My daughter said, "Dad, say this word, sophisticated." Say it again, Dad. Start with an F. He said,
Oh my God.
It goes, not fuck, Dad. It's not sophisticated.
Yo, and you like, motherfucker, I'm a fucking, do you know I used to, motherfuckers, I'm 30 seconds.
No, Leslie.
My hands speak multiple languages.
I said, I don't know how to spell that because I make sure you know how to spell it, so nobody tease you like you're teasing me.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
I send you to these white schools and you come back here to dictate to me.
Oh my
I'm
God.
illiterate.
Oh my God. And look, and it's so funny because if you took them to school, everybody and their mama would be running towards you,
Right.
and they'd be like,
that happened. I took my son to see if he liked the greens and everything, the campus.
Yeah.
Around 60 kids just started running. I said,
Yeah.
"You don't want to go here?" He said, "Yes, I do."
yeah, exactly.
But today he says he wants to leave school and do something else, stay home in school now.
Oh.
He wanted to leave this month. I said, "No, you got to finish the whole
Yeah, you
season
gotta
now."
finish. Yeah, you gotta finish what you started.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Any more questions?
Yeah, I got a couple more.
I just. Oh my God!
I got a couple more. It's so
Raising
fun.
kids. Ain't raising kids some shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, looking back, Mike, what's the one thing you wish you would have, not you have kids, but what's the one thing you wish you would have told your younger self back then? Like if you had one piece of advice, you could have gone back to that kid and told him. Leslie always goes, I would tell him I'm going to be Leslie Jones. It's going to go way better.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be fine. You're going to be
That's
fine.
what I said too. But the real thing is that, like you said, if I lose everything I had today, I can get it again.
Mm-hmm.
And if I lose it again, I can get it again. From a person I respected, a mentor of mine, he said, if you don't have nothing in your life worth losing all this shit for, your life is a waste.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
That's real talk.
Absolutely.
Did anybody ever come to you as a boxing consultant? Like, do you get to watch do people go, hey, I'm trying to fight this guy?
The same thing.
Yeah. Do they go, you have such knowledge of the game?
He won't do it. He won't do it. And I told him, I was like, you need to be a boxing coach or something.
Or just as like, I would bring you and go,
Let
could you just.
Let me explain
But
that.
it's just like
Devise a
Michael
strategy.
Jordan.
I'm going to say something to you.
Yeah.
You know what people that can't fight do? Teach people to fight.
Mm.
You know what people that can't do well on stage with comedians? They write for comedians that do well on stage.
Or teach classes.
Don't be that mean about it.
I
Mike.
see what you're saying.
You know
I
what
know
I'm
what you're
talking
saying.
about. You know what
I
I'm
know what you're
talking
talking
about.
about. I know what you're saying. I know what you're
Great.
saying.
No, you don't see too many number one top fighters in their training somebody.
Yeah.
So they don't know if this kid can go through what they went to.
Yeah.
And
And he said that too. He said that before. He was like, I wouldn't want to take I wouldn't want to take the person through training because he said, I know what it takes to win, and no one could go through that now.
No, you have to be willing, like I said, to give up your happiness to succeed.
No, but I mean, like okay, I'm fighting for the heavyweight title, and I want every advantage I can get. I call up Mike Tyson and go, hey, do you see anything in this guy? You're like, yeah.
I would give him my opinion.
Yeah.
I would never say, this guy's going to fucking kill you. I would say the possibility, you do this, well, if you try this, I think you might be successful.
There you go.
I never use anything negative.
So you have done that?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool.
What do you think of MMA? What do you think of that when you watch MMA? What do you think?
I think that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
You like it?
I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like street fighting? I can never watch it because when they kick each other, I'll be like,
street fights don't last long. You break your hand, you get your nose broke, you hit your head on the floor, on the ground, you might die. This is sophisticated fighting.
Is it killing boxing?
The only reason, because fighters make so much more money than UFC guys, a halfway decent contender will make more money than a UFC champion.
Mm.
It's just what it is. I think it makes more money than boxing in a whole. I think because they fight more often than fighters fight.
Mm-hmm.
If you see, for instance, if you see a guy have a bad fight in boxing, they'll use him for some other guys. Even if they use him for a name to have other young fighters grow, it'd be easy fight. If you see a bad fight in the UFC, you won't see those guys ever again.
Oh, wow.
Everything is going to be entertaining here.
Oh, okay. So is that like opposed to wrestling? Like
wrestling is
fake.
It's a gimmick. I won't call it fake because every night somebody gets hurt bad.
Yeah.
So I won't call it fake. They're not mad at each other fighting, but they break their fingers every night. Everything they get hurt every night. Wrestlers. I've been there. I've been on WWE. They get hurt every night.
Wow.
I don't care how big, strong, Andre the Giant, they get hurt every night.
No shit.
Do you look at when you look at athletes? What are the athletes that you look up to? Is it the boxers? Is it the football player? Like, do you see an athlete and go, that guy's I'm impressed? Like Tom Brady. Who impresses you?
You look at athletes because you look how they overcome their adversities. Big deal. This guy won 100 fights and all this stuff. Even though he won them all, the one that was the most difficult and how he overcame that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guys that I respect because I believe desire and willpower is something that you can't measure on a statistic scale. Like he's 23, he's 24, he got a big neck, he has a small neck, his hand is 15. You can't measure nobody's desire and will to win and perseverance. You can't measure. How do you measure? How do you feel it? How does it weigh?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference between some. I guess that's for entertainment. The statistic scales tell you, but that means absolutely nothing. When two people are in the ring, I don't care how great this guy is, how bad, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Amazing. Well, I know what can happen if I get in the ring. I'm going to get knocked the fuck out.
Well, no, why? Because that's what you said.
That's what you said.
You put it out there.
You want to sit there and you just go.
I was just going to be in the court of police.
I think it was John. Who was it?
I would be the fainting one.
Who was it? Somebody was it?
I'm not getting with Mike. That's not what I meant.
Whatever you say about yourself is true. You think you're a no good motherfucker, that's true. You think you're the best person in the world, that's true. Whatever you say about yourself.
That's so true too, and then we say that because we try not to be braggarts, like we try not to be like humble and shit. But that's like saying something. Like if you're saying this about yourself, like then
that's who you are.
That's who you are. Yeah.
Interesting.
If you're gonna be the funniest woman on your podcast thing, that's who you are.
Well,
even if they don't think you are, that's who you are.
Motherfucker, I am. I don't know what the motherfucker's talking about.
Because this is what I know. You keep saying that. You keep saying that it becomes a reality.
It does. It does. Because I am one of the funniest people out here.
I agree.
I agree too.
Shit.
I was always told greatness is turning your illusions into reality. There's nothing greater than that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Here's another Mike Tyson quote. I'm a dreamer. I have to dream to reach for the stars. And if I miss a star, then I grab a handful of clouds. That's pretty deep.
Yes, this is true.
Aww.
I know. There's a lot of heart in that kid.
Start over again.
I love that. Oh.
I got 2 more. All right, well, maybe 3 more. Did you ever think you'd be on Broadway in your life? Did you ever think that you would be on Broadway doing a show? Did that ever cross your mind? Really?
Yes, I believe I can do anything I want.
All right.
I'm gonna be the cannabis king now.
That's my next question.
Now that I believe that.
Why cannabis? When did this start? And what is it?
Well, I've done cannabis my whole life. My mother gave me cannabis when I was a little baby to try, and liquor too, to try to make sure I go to bed or something, because I was always crying. And I just always did cannabis, and I did it because it made me totally more sufficient than I am when I wasn't using it. I was a nicer person. You can ask my family members too, when I'm using it than when I'm not using it. It just became a part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only podcast I didn't smoke on.
I appreciate that.
And trust, I smoke. I smoke, but
what you gotta do. You gotta not get censored. You can get censored here, huh?
I have no idea. Can we get censored?
Yeah, if you can't smoke, you can get censored.
Oh, see, I don't know. We'll find that. Look,
you're a corporate lady now. You got corporation.
I gotta ask Judith that type of shit.
Right, Judith?
Trust me, if I could smoke in this motherfucker, I would.
If you smoked in this
non-smoking building. That's why.
But if you smoked in this would be fucking.
This motherfucker would be.
Woo, nigga.
It would be all kinds of
I'm
alarms.
sorry. Is nigga okay?
It would be all kinds of alarms going on.
Hey, what's up, Lenny? Nigga cooler.
I don't run the rules, so I'm fine with that. I mean, it's not a word I use.
Nigga.
Leslie, we're gonna have to cancel you because.
But I got something.
As many times
you telling me can't say it.
Show, I cancel you. I can cancel people out. They can't cancel me. I cancel you.
God damn it,
Mike. What?
God damn it.
After the Cannabis King, do you have a dream job? You've literally done everything. You've had a better career than I have. Do you want movies? Do you want TV? Do you want to? I don't know. What is in the realm of something that you haven't done that you always wanted to do? Is there anything out there that you still dream about?
How can I help people?
I like that.
For that stuff. Yeah.
I love it.
Real people that need help. Mm-hmm. They don't have to be destitute, but want help and want to reach the highest potential in life.
Speaking tour, possibly motivational speaker.
Hey, that's cool too. But I'm one of those guys that I don't look at myself as a hero. I look at myself pretty much as an anti-hero. You know, I'm not malevolent, but I'm just me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got one more thing to say. I have nothing but good thoughts about you. My friends have nothing but good thoughts about you. We've always rooted for you. You've always been, like I said, my heavyweight champ, and the last one I'll even really care about. And I'm white, so with all this shit that you've gone through, and I think a lot of people like this. They all root for you. They've always rooted for you and love you. Why do you think people are so intrigued by Mike Tyson, by that story, or the person that is Mike Tyson?
I got it. Listen, I really don't know. But I know this: when shit happens and most people hide their head and embarrassed, I'm still out there. My head is up. You still see me out walking around. I'm not hiding home. I'm out there. I got my head. I'm out here. I can. Where you go? Where I'm gonna hide at?
I think
I'm coming outside, nigga.
I think it's also something about Leslie has this, and you both are similar in this way. There's a authenticity there that cannot be duplicated. Like the non-filter, the rawness, like you've been through it and come through the other side. I think a lot of that resonates with a lot of people, kind of like what you're saying, you see it all. He's still there. You're still fighting. You're still up to use a boxing analogy. You got up off the canvas. You're still going, and they're still raising your hand at the end. Seems like you're still winning.
But
it's a real Rocky story.
You have to understand, sometimes my fame, it obliviates my humanity. You know, how you gonna really? I try to fight. I go outside. I try to blind out everybody coming towards me, shake hands.
That's tough.
How can I be a good fighter? How can I raise my kids in that kind of
it's very hard.
Chaos.
Well, everybody's got their, thing.
Exactly. So this is interesting. When I go out, I wish I had a famous fight. If everybody gets when I go out and the crowds come, my kids move away. Can't find them on the outside. It's just not them.
Yeah.
We share you with the world. Thanks for.
I won't let nobody share me. My kids, I only belong to my children.
Yeah.
That's the only people I belong to, my children.
Yeah.
No, that's what else is there really at the end of the day, right? If you have kids, that's
he got a kid. He knows.
Yeah,
he
believe
knows.
me, nothing gets in the way of me.
Listen, I would normally say I don't give a fuck, but you have to give a fuck.
You gotta give a fuck.
Then again, some people have a bigger fuck you hand than you do, so you gotta be conscious of that. You know,
absolutely,
Mike.
Yep.
I can't say enough about you, Mike. I'm a huge fan. Thank you so much for coming in and doing this. And, you know, glad we check in with
Lenny
each other
Marcus,
every 10 years.
Lenny.
Yeah.
It's been ordained by God for us to get reacquainted.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I'm one of those guys that believe it's been written already. Everything that happens already been written.
We're not done. I see us. We'll see.
I still want us to write the War of Roses thing where we're married and we're both Xboxers.
Oh man.
And the rose is black.
Yeah,
you know, that's the old man, black rose. The rose is black.
Yeah, we gonna write that shit. I love it. You know what I feel about you. You know I love you, baby. Thank you so much for coming and doing this.
This is my pleasure. I can't wait to come here.
Yeah.
When I was sleeping down to my wife, no, get up. You got to get up sleeping. I'm a professional, baby. I'm a professional. I'm a professional.
Only good things, Mike. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you. Right.
Lisa. Lenny and Lee, L&L.
Leslie.
Love and lust.
We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We did so much time with Mike Tyson. That was so fun.
I know you're happy.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy. But now it's time for the Fckry of the week.
Fckry of the week.
You want to go first, Leslie?
Yes, I'm going to go first.
Do it.
Okay. All right. So I was thinking this like a couple of nights ago, and I just... The obviousness of how fucked up everything is what's making me so upset about us as a whole. Like, I just feel like we're just such surface dwellers. None of us will ever go deep. Not just to see the obviousness of everything that's happening with the government and these officials and Republicans making these type of decisions, but it made me think about it. I said, it seems like to me that the system that they built is working exactly like they want it to work. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to grow and build and change. You know, that's why rights are threatened, why education is snatched up. They want us to be dumb and helpless. And if you're not white, they could give a flying fuck of what happens to you. And I mean, like, for real. I mean, they don't give a fuck about their constituents, but they really don't give a fuck about you if you're fucking not white. So, I mean, the fact that the Electoral College is still up should prove that they don't see us as humans. And it just makes me so mad that it makes me sad to know that we don't or are not seeing that the people who you're trusting with your fucking tax money is obviously showing you that they don't give a fuck about you. And I don't understand what the end game is for people who are continuously supporting their opinion of not being involved in this system. I don't get how you can sit down and do income fucking taxes and not wonder where the fuck your money is going to. I don't comprehend that you can hear stats of only 1/3 of our country is fucking voting. And you are sitting there not voting and wondering why shit is fucked up. The voting system actually works, and that's why they're fighting so fucking hard to change it, because they know it works. And that's what's so frustrating, because it's so fucking obvious. Like what? Like at some point, somebody needs to run a campaign to make people think that they came up with the reason why they want to vote. Because at this point, I'm starting to think our society is just fucking stupid. And this is where they want us to be. You know, the fact that media runs our conscious minds is very fucking sad. The fact that you need to look at television to tell what you feel like or tell what you think like, that's fucking sad to me. When I sit up and I hear shit like, Trump is still president and we got two militaries, one is a good military and one's a bad military, that makes me sad. Because that's not even about Republicans at this point. That's about just being a dumb motherfucker. Because Google is for free, bitch. You gotta fucking know what movie are you talking about? What plot have they said? And that's why they're winning, because that's what they're doing. They're setting plots. They're setting dramatic plots. And let me tell you something about these people. They could give 2 fucks in a shit if you hate them. They could give 2 fucks in a shit if you march. They could give 2 fucks in a shit if you don't like. They could give 2 fucks in a shit if you sitting there calling them bad people. They don't care. And Trump, a person like Trump has came and told them and let them know that, hey, that's all they're going to do, you guys. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to talk shit. No one's actually going to do anything. They're just going to be appalled. And that's what the fuck we did. Instead of getting up off our ass and actually doing something. So anything that's happening, I want to say to the whole grand audience, and this white, black, I don't give a fuck what color you are. If you are in this fucking United States of America and you're paying income taxes and you're counted as a citizen and you're not fucking getting your ass up and vote, fuck you with a hard ass dick. At a rapid pace, no Vaseline, bitch, no fucking text the next day. And that's real talk. That's my fuckery of the week. Sorry.
I just love that you've added no text the next day. How long is that going to go at some point? That's so funny. No text the next day. Nothing for Valentine's Day.
That bitch, not a fucking thank you.
Don't even look at me when we walk down the street. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's why they try and take all the education stuff away. We've said this before. Like, yeah, if they keep you stupid and they can brainwash you, then you are very easily manipulated. But yes, if everybody who feels downtrodden would vote, you could change the world. You really could. And it's
you literally
so close.
Could change the world. It's so easy, and it's so easy.
But Leslie,
though.
The part of this
they're making it hard.
The part of this is ridiculous. Is like it's the huge swaths of the country. A lot of the American South, where you're originally from, have bought into this, and I personally cannot figure out why. Yeah. And we had Luis Osorio in here, a couple weeks ago. The Latinos are brainwashed. If you're a black person voting for a white guy in Arkansas or whatever that is, you're crazy. They're keeping you down on purpose. It's like he was saying, Roach is voting for Raid. So what are you doing? Yeah, you're absolutely right, and you could say it. You can keep saying it until everybody catches on how bad their lives are going to be when they start taking these rights away, women's rights, voting rights, whatever, and then you're really never going to be able to get out of this for a long time. I don't know, Leslie, how I follow that, because I want to talk about...
No, but you go ahead and follow it. Shit.
The American Dream Mall. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, baby. Not the American Dream, like the dolls?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's named after the dolls, but there's a mall in New Jersey. Winter strikes again, Leslie. It struck again. Last week on Sunday morning, it was 10 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Sweet. I haven't experienced anything that cold since Craig Melvin tried to take a selfie with you at the Olympics. So what exactly, don't joke. So what exactly do you do with a 4.5-year-old who wants to run around all day under these conditions? Let's go to the mall, Leslie. The American Dream Mall. Let's get Neil's car, drive 20 minutes into New Jersey and kill a day with an orange Julius, a Wetzel's Pretzels, or maybe a new t-shirt at the Aereo Postile, whatever the fuck they call that dump. Some sweet 1985 day killing. Oh, no. No. That's not how 2023 rolls, baby. The mall concept has been revamped. You don't leave with stuff anymore. You leave having an experience instead. Sort of like a colonoscopy and the polyps are money. Anyway, the American Dream Mall has electric animal scooters, a full indoor Nickelodeon amusement park, an aquarium, a Legoland, ice skating rink, ski slope, gourmet food court, an arcade of claw machines, 2 miniature golf courses, Oreo cookie town, 2-level Toys R Us, and so much more. Literally. Do you know what this costs? You guessed it, a fuckery load. For the day alone, the amusement park is $80 a ticket. I'm sorry, do I get to sleep there? I'm going to need a lot more amusing than just 2 spins on the teacup ride and a broken roller coaster. But what I got was Wetzel's Pretzels with lemonade, $17. And it killed a freezing February day. The dream of every parent in America. But you know who's truly dreaming? My wife, if she thinks I'm going back there anytime soon. I can't afford this much amusement. So bundle up, Birdie. We're going outside. Daddy spent his last $20 on long underwear. Stop crying. The cold builds character. March 20th, the first day of spring is right around the corner.
Wait, did you say you went with Neil?
No, I took his car. I had to borrow his car.
Oh, shit. I was going to say, you went with Neil, you would have been ready to kill yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah, Neil.
Oh, my God. That is fucking
It's
hilarious.
so expensive.
And while you were sitting, I was like, I want to go.
It's like a $400 day. Yeah, you were the only one I know who can afford to go to the amusement park at the...
Man, let's go, because I like shit like that. In a mall? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's so fun. Yeah, in a mall, indoors.
I bet your Birdie had a ball.
She, of course, had a ball. Yeah, she had a ball. She's eating Oreo Cookie Town. She's eating pretzels. She's riding around on scooters. She's going on me and Gina are crying. Anyway, and Gina beat me a Papa-Shot, so it's the worst.
Well, Lenny, that's the end of the show. Thank you for listening to The Fckry. It was an amazing conversation with Mike Tyson. Just remember, any photos or links to this episode will be posted to @Fckry Podcast on Instagram. That's spelled Fckry. Took out the vowels for the kids. Podcast on all platforms. Send us your listener questions to fckrypodcast@gmail.com. Letters and voice memos are welcome. I would suggest that you change your name, but you don't have to if you don't want to. If you want to follow Lenny, he's at Lenny Marcus NYC on all platforms. If you want to follow me, I am at LesDog with 4 G's on Instagram. That's LESDOG with 3 G's on Twitter, 4 G's on Instagram, and 5 G's on TikTok. Why, Lenny?
Because you're a motherfucking G, son.
That's right, motherfucker. The Fckry with Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus was created by and stars Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus. The show is produced by Judith Cargbo. Okay, filling in for our auto engineer, Jordan, is Abby Aguilar in Los Angeles. Our LA audio editor is Jordan Duffy. Our NYC audio engineer and board operator is Dan Spefafinos. Speventa. I ain't gonna try to say that shit. Spaventa. Dan Spaventa. That's him. Our production coordinator is Abby Aguilar. Music for the show is done by Marina Pais. This is an Earwolf production.
'Cause the wolf has ears.